Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nick Flinko, and I'm joined tonight by my fellow students Nick Nardo, Garrett Susko, Zach Barat, Jake Bell, Tommy Marzina, and the man himself, Mr. Rick Barat, and welcome to another Friday night under the lights. Tonight we bring you a big section game from Mustang Stadium. The Plum Mustangs face off against the McKeesport Tigers. The Mustangs, coached by Matt Morgan, are 1-2 in conference and are coming off of a 49-14 win over Connellsville last Friday. Players like Lix Luca, Logan Brooks, and Jake Miller were key to lead the Mustangs to victory. The Mustangs are looking to tack on another win to put them into the playoffs. The Tigers, coached by Matt Miller, are coming off a loss last week to Penn Trafford 29-12 and are coming to get a win. Coach Miller is in his first year at McKeesport and is looking to make a name for himself. The player to watch for the Tigers tonight is number 6, DeMonte Diggs. So, guys, what are your thoughts tonight, Nick?
The Mustangs came off a good win last week versus Connellsville. Very good defensive game for them as they had some key players. Nick Stitt, once again, having a good game last week. But this week he's not playing this week, which is key for the Mustangs, as well as Akil Washington. So that's two big guys they're going to lose on defense, and
no doubt.
they're going to need to stop the triple option, which is heavy for McKeesport. They're known for that. So,
Zach?
Well, personally, the Plum Mustangs coming off a good win against Connellsville. I think that's going to take some momentum into this game and keep the energy high. And I'm looking forward to see the Plum Mustangs beat the McKeesport Tigers this game.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously, it was a huge win last week, guys, to beat the Falcons, and now you get the McKeesport Tigers who's coming off, and boy, you play Gateway coming off a loss to the Penn Trafford Warriors. You play McKeesport, another heavyweight, coming off a loss to the Penn Trafford Warriors. It is what it is. The schedule doesn't set up too well, so Plum's going to have their work cut out for him tonight, especially with two starters not on the offensive and defensive lines.
So we see something a little different as Tyler Polkowski squibs it. And it looks like the Mustangs are going to stop him at about the 22-yard line.
Looks like Max Matolsky with the tackle there.
Yes, and so you guys have never seen the triple option before. I mean, we're watching a little bit of tape on McKeesport and Penn Trafford. Quarterback will tuck the ball. He might run with it. He could pass with it. He could pitch it. So it's been a staple of their offense for the last 20, 25 years under their former coach, George Smith. So we'll see how the Mustangs react. You can't always go for the quarterback fake. Everyone has to have their assignments and do their job.
McKeesport with a nice pitch outside. That run was by number 4, Vernon Andrews.
So right away we see McKeesport getting busy with the triple option.
Yeah, quick pitch there.
Yeah.
Good gain there on first down. Guys got a good
About 8
yards. No doubt, 8 yards. Maybe 9. So looking at second and a short one. Good first down play by the Tigers. See big number 6
Yeah.
there. We talked about him.
He's big.
DeMonte
Diggs.
Yes. He beat us up a little bit last year.
That's number 2, Davari Robinson, breaking down the sidelines, and it looks like the Tigers will score. And the Tigers off to an early 7-0 lead. Oh, 6-0. 6-0, my apologies.
PAT attempt coming up.
Now Matt Morgan's not too happy. I don't know if Garrett has Matt Morgan in the camera frame right now. Matt Morgan, hands on hips on the 35-yard line, is just staring. Almost looks like in disgust at like what just happened. It was 2 plays and a touchdown. Holy mackerel! High snap.
And number 41, Anthony Baitko with the PAT. That brings the lead to 7-0 for the Tigers.
So that was quick for the Tigers as they jumped out with an early 7-0 lead and 1 minute into the game.
Yeah, not even, Nick, really. 54 seconds.
Yeah.
So I don't even think people are sitting down.
Yeah.
Good run. Yeah, so we were talking about number 6, DeMonte Diggs. Billy Guzzi covered him a little bit last year, and I remember at the time it might have been 17-0 or 24-0. And Plum had a decent drive going, got to midfield and turned the ball over on downs. And McKeesport just 2 or 3 plays right to Diggs and threw like a 25-yard pass to Diggs for a touchdown to go up around 31-0 at halftime. And that kind of cemented it there a little bit for the Tigers to go into their homecoming game up 31-0 last year. But Diggs you might be seeing him on Saturdays, guys. He definitely has the body size, and he can definitely, we saw last year, he can definitely move the ball, or excuse me, can run with the ball. So we'll see how McKeesport utilizes him now.
That's a nice kick there again by McKeesport's kicker.
That's 41, Anthony Beitko.
Beitko, yeah, he got it in. It bounced about the 1-yard line. Nick dribbled in, so Mustangs will start on the 20-yard line. It'd be nice for Billy Guzzi to bounce a 75-yarder for a touchdown and get this place all fired up. Yeah. But McKeesport's big up front, guys. You can just see the size. Number 50, number 93 for the Tigers also. Looks like he's a big guy.
That looks like that was Ryan Huebner with the run.
Yeah,
great gain.
Yeah, a little pitch there to Ryan Huebner around doing almost like a little end around there to the right side. Gained
about a 15-yard gain.
Yeah, at least 18. And Plum going, not even huddling, guys. They obviously saw something on video here, going to a hurry-up style offense.
We saw them do that a lot in last week's game,
yeah.
and it seemed to work wonders for them.
Billy Guzzi gets stopped by a herd of Tigers.
Yeah, I believe. Good analogy there, Nick. Like the reference there, definitely a herd of Tigers there as he hit a brick wall right at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10.
Also like to mention that Nick Stitt, I mentioned that already, he's out tonight, but Billy Depew is going to get the start at center for the Mustangs.
Great cut by Billy Guzzi to get an extra few yards there.
Yeah, got a first down, Nick. So that's 2 straight first downs for the Mustangs. And obviously they had to see something on videotape to maybe McKeesport does some substitution packages. I don't know, but they're rushing up the line and they're just attacking the Tigers.
Another handoff to Guzzi. Couldn't find anywhere to go, and he stopped about maybe for
a yard short of the line of scrimmage, I would say.
Loss of a yard.
Number 9 in on the tackle, guys, Terrence Glenn. He's listed as a quarterback, linebacker, tight end. Obviously, Mr. Do Everything. 6'3" junior, so we'll be calling his name plenty tonight and next year.
Jake Miller back to throw. Ooh, that pass was intended for Reed Martin. That was right behind, just behind him.
Miller was under pressure there. Altered his throw to Reed.
We have 3rd and 10 now for the Mustangs. 3rd and 11, actually. Looks like Guzzi lost a yard there on that first down play, guys. Oh, that's offside. That's all of us at one time. Yeah. Ooh, yes. Yeah, right in front of us. That's encroachment on the defense. So that makes it from 3rd and 11 to 3rd and 6, which is definitely more manageable. And
absolutely
be interested if Matt Morgan's thinking, is this 2-down territory this early in the game with 9:15 left to go in the first quarter. Tigers up 7-0.
Jake Miller drops back to pass.
Does have some time.
Hits Sluka for the first down and a little bit more.
Nick Sluka with a big catch. Sluka, television production 3 student. He's looking forward to playing tonight.
He had
Good job by Nick.
Big game last week. Scored touchdown. I think he had I think it was 4 receptions for like 75 yards, something like that.
Oh, and there's Guzzy stop. About a loss of 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, I think, at least 2, Nick. You can see how they're lining that ball up almost at the 34. So Plum has to get almost to the 23. So definitely lost a yard. Looks like almost 2. Interesting play call here for Matt Morgan in the Mustang offense. I think you'd like to see Miller pass the ball here, but I don't know if he can stay in the pocket though. He might have to roll Jacob Miller out a little bit.
From the looks of it already, I mean, it's too early to tell, but looks like they're going to need to be pass heavy this game. Looks like McKeesport knows how to stop this run, so just see Jake Miller dropping back to pass.
And that pass is going to be incomplete. That was intended, looks like, for Max Matulski.
Yeah, he's had time in the pocket here his first couple passes, which is, I mean, last year, Hunter Linhart was under siege last year. Garrett Suska's working the camera now, shaking his head yes. I mean, Hunter took a beating last year. And so far early on, I mean, Jake Miller's had some, I mean, he has some time to look around and look at his secondary and his third option. But now this is what McKeesport wants. They want 3rd and long. They want to tee off on him.
Almost got him with another.
Tried the hard count. Nice throw
nice
by Jake.
catch by Max.
Nice
Great play.
You know, guys, we were watching videotape with Max a little bit 2 days ago, and then today with Braden Kohler, and they both remarked that they thought McKeesport was susceptible over the middle of the field, and there you go, big gainer there on 3rd and 11 to Max Matulski for a first down.
That's Guzzy bouncing out. Looks like he got a couple.
Room.
Oh, might be a face mask there.
Nope.
Mustangs driving right down the field. It's a pretty good drive for our Mustangs. Running clock here, just joining us, almost at the halfway point of the first quarter as we're under 7:20 left to go. Mustangs down 7-0. Here's the thing, guys, when you're playing a heavyweight like McKeesport, you gotta be able to punch the ball into the, you're this low and you're in the red zone, you gotta punch the ball in.
No, absolutely.
As they do this Reed Martin special, I got word that this is called socks.
Socks.
And he's bouncing out, and he's gonna get in
good touchdown
for the touchdown.
So Reed Martin again, another touchdown. He's been he's had a good year so far.
What a great drive too.
Oh, big time drive. The answer
Very nice
McKeesport's drive.
Tyler Kolonkowski's back to kick this extra point for the Mustangs.
Bringing out the mismatched shoes again.
And the kick, oh.
Kick is no good.
Off the upright. It's all right, he'll shake it off. Tyler Kolonkowski's coming off a big soccer game this week. The boys' soccer team won.
Yeah, that was a good drive by the Mustangs. So, I mean, they're still down by 1, but you're able to answer that big McKeesport opening 2-play 60-some yard touchdown. So we'll see what happens now.
The Mustangs getting ready to kick this off. And Tyler Kolonkowski kicks it away.
Well, they definitely had to see something on video, guys, not to kick it to the deep guys.
Boy.
And he's gonna, looks like he's gonna get.
Nice tackle by Tyler Kolakowski.
Looked like Tyler kind of pushed the McKeesport returner into one of the Plum would-be tacklers, but good play by Tyler to hold him up.
That
We
run
do not want Tyler Kolakowski hurt during our undefeated soccer season right now. So my son Zach shaking.
That run for the Tigers was by number 35, Blaze Grabowski.
So McKeesport starts off, guys, in great field position on the Mustang side of the field at the 40.
Looks like a little sweep there to number 4, Vernon Andrews, who gets the first down and a little bit more.
Ladies and gentlemen, those police, fire, first responders, military, and veterans, please report immediately to the purple tent to the left of the field, to your left.
So McKeesport moves up to the 36-yard line as they are in Mustang territory.
And also, when you play against a triple option, you see, and we're starting to see it now with Cam Newton of the Carolina Panthers. When you make those runs, the defense is kind of trained. Hit that quarterback hard and often. So you want him to pitch. You don't want him turning upfield. So, I mean, I had a lot of the Plum students tell me, boy, if we see that quarterback turn up and go up 2-3 yards up the field, we want to lay him down as quick as possible. And you saw him gang tackled there almost, guys. Just something to look forward here.
A little screen there to Diggs. Gets complete for about 4 yards. Moves the McKeesport Tigers up to the 25-yard line.
Sorry, Nick. I was going to say Diggs'
You're
first
fine.
catch of the night there. So 3rd and short. And you assume also now McKeesport's probably thinking the same way we were. This isn't going to be, hey, if we lose yardage here, kick the field goal. They're probably thinking also, you know, we're playing against Plum. We can hold them 2-down territory. So it wouldn't shock me here if this is a pass, and if it's incomplete, it would be 4th and 2.
Quarterback keeps it himself. Breaks free some defenders, and he scores in a touchdown.
Davari Robinson with, I'm pretty sure, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Yeah, I do believe that is his 2nd touchdown.
Yeah, it's really hard to blame Plum there because during an option, you have to pay attention to more than just one person. You have to pay attention to the quarterback and the ball carrier.
No, you're absolutely right, Jake. And again, McKeesport having their way running with Plum, but you know, I don't know if Garrett can get him, but right on the sidelines, you're looking, I'm staring straight in front of me, Josh George, number 67, torn ACL. Akeel Washington, still concussed, number 78. You know, and then I saw Nick Stitt.
He's sitting on the bench.
Yeah, he's sitting on the, I mean, there's 3 offensive line guys that played both ways. You take away 3/5 of the Steelers' offensive line. James Conner's not going to be effective. Take away Cam Hayward and, you know, I know the Steelers rotate their defensive linemen, but take away 3 of the Steelers' defensive linemen. Like, are they going to be able to stop the run? And, you know, you're looking at a shorter bench on the Mustang side. So, like we said, they're going to have their work cut out for them. But the Tigers score again, making it 14-6. Plum will get the ball. Hopefully, that'd be interesting if Reed Martin can get a return here. I'd like to see what he can do.
Yeah, we saw Reed week 0 against Highlands take a punt back for about 65 yards, I think it was.
Took it to the house.
So, see if he can get one here this game.
We got, how do you say his name, Nick? Becko?
Their kicker is
it's number is it
Anthony Beitko.
And he has a nice boot.
Yeah, that's a nice kick.
And it's going to be another touchback.
It's kind of a reoccurring theme that we've seen in these past games is the kickers just not letting our return men return the ball.
And that's a big advantage. Remember, we talked about that when we had, you know, going the whole way back to Pat McAfee, you know, Chappie, Jackson Gilday, to be able to kick the ball in the end zone and continually have, you know, you're not hitting anyone. You know, teams are starting on the 20. I mean, McKeesport started on the 40, our 40 last drive. I mean, it's easy to go 40 yards. It's a lot harder to go 80.
Hubner's in motion.
Oh, it's going to be a pass.
Oh, he's looking for him. And it's going to be picked off by number 24, Assad Robinson.
That pass was intended for the quarterback, Jake Miller. Like they tried to do a little Philly special there. Tigers are going to
reference there, Nick, the Philly special.
Tigers are going to start the ball. Start with the ball at about
the field position at
48.
The
32.
32, sorry.
I want to know how you got to 48.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you look at
I looked at the wrong side, yeah.
Yeah, definitely the 32, so, and here we go again.
Davari Robinson under snap. Oh, fumble.
Fumble.
Looks like he jumped on it.
Recovered by Robinson.
Oh, that's a break there for the
Yeah,
Mustangs. They didn't gain their typical 4, 5, 8 yards on first down, so lost a yard. So 2nd and 11 now. It'd be nice here if Plum can jam them up at the line and have a 3rd and long. Try to get the ball back here. Just joining us, Tigers 14-6, just under now 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter as they spread out a little bit here. Timeout, Tigers.
Timeout, McKeesport.
Their first, 2 remaining. Now this is a big drive here for the Mustangs, guys. Obviously, they need to get a defensive stop, kind of dig yourselves a hole here, giving up 21 points in the first quarter. Be nice to stop the Tigers.
Yeah, but hopefully that fumble there kind of triggered a spark, maybe play like the defense they played last week where they were all over the quarterback.
No, I agree, Jake, so we'll see. But obviously, you know, the Tigers are not the Falcons. So, I mean, obviously from an animal perspective and from a team perspective. But I know what you're saying, you know, hopefully that fumble kind of took them out of their rhythm a little bit. We've seen that happen.
High snap.
And Robinson's going to bounce out and get about a gain of 2 or 3 on the play.
Definitely got some positive yardage there, Nick. I think he gained about 3. So 3rd and long for the Tigers. Should be about 3rd and 8, maybe 7. 3rd and 7.
You got to think this is 4-down territory for the Tigers.
Yeah,
I mean,
I do, Nick, but their kicker can kick.
Yeah, true.
So I mean, if they lose yardage and go back maybe to 32 or 33, maybe you bring them out for a 50-yarder.
Yeah.
But if they gain anything positive and it's 4th and 2, 3, 4,
go for it.
100%. They have 4 wide receivers.
Little high snap again.
Oh, nice stop by the Mustangs.
Well, now,
But that was Terrence Glenn on the play.
Now we have an interesting play call, guys. What do you do? Is it's under 3 minutes?
Yeah, I think they're going to keep him out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a third. It would be a 49-yarder.
Yeah.
That's an awful long field goal for anyone in high school. I mean, if you punt, you put it in the end zone, you only gain 12 yards. It goes from the 32 to the 20, so I think you go for it. Plum has to stay in their assignments, watch their assignments, stay in their lanes, because we know the quarterback can run it. He's throwing it deep.
And
he's
wide
wide
open. Vernon Andrews.
That seemed to be, guys, a blown assignment there.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no one within yards of Andrews. Wide open down the middle of the field. Little bit of a dagger there for the Mustangs as the Tigers get their 20th point. It is now 20-6 with 2:22 left. PAT pending.
That was Bytko with the kick, and it is good. So that pushes the lead to 21-6 Tigers with about 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter.
Again, to repeat, all police, all fire, all first responders, all military and veterans, please report immediately to the purple tent to the left of the football field. Thank you.
Can hear the PA announcer calling for all officers to come to a tent. Tonight is
Rudy
service
Seneca.
night here.
Yeah. Veterans, armed services, military,
Yeah.
armed forces, anyone that's here tonight for a special presentation.
Red, white, and blue theme.
Yes.
Again, another nice kick there by the kicker.
And that was 2-3 yards into the end zone. That's
There's comes a flag flying out there.
yeah. Where's that line?
I think that's going to be against the Tigers, as that was a little something extra after the play there.
I think you're right there, Nick.
Yeah.
Personal foul against McKeesport.
So the Mustangs wait for the referee to spot the ball here. 15-yard penalty.
First and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Hey, hopefully coming on the field, Plum can go on a similar drive they did on their first touchdown. The play call and the execution was amazing.
No, I agree, Jake. I agree.
So the Mustangs start off at the 35-yard line.
See McKeesport guys. 5 guys on the line. Flag comes out
Another-
way out here in left field.
Think
Thrown
they
at
might
the
have
50.
too many people on the field.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Do
6,
they?
7, 8, 9, 10. Now I count 11.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
maybe 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it looks like
Oh,
five,
yep.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, there's 12.
too many men on the field.
So that's a 5-yard penalty. So Plum now decent field position starting at the 40.
5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
This is big for the Mustangs, starting off in good field position.
It's Jake Miller under snap. Gonna hand it off to Guzzi, who is met immediately by number 53, Cottrell Leggett.
That was a big time hit on Billy Guzzi. Oof. Loss of scoreboard's inaccurate. That's a loss of 2. Should be 2nd and 7.
Jake Miller drops back to pass.
Airing it long.
Airs, and it is going to be intercepted by Vernon Andrews again, who has some room. And he's going to get knocked out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Another great field position for the Tigers as they take on another drive.
This is the 3rd drive to start in Mustangs territory. You're not going to win a lot of games, guys, obviously, when you start off drives, when the opponent starts off drives on your side of the field. So Plum back to work here. Defense probably a little bit tired, but minute 32 left, down 21-6. McKeesport comes out again, ready to attack. That's
Yeah,
multiple
it's a legal move.
movement there. I saw multiple players moving, and I think you can see Diggs running down. I don't know if Garrett got him running down the left side. I think that was going to be a play action, and George Smith and the McKeesport teams have always been known for that, just like Matt Morgan. Typically after turnover, he likes to go play action and go for that nail in the coffin and go deep to put that proverbial nail in the coffin. And I think that's what you're going to see there, a play action and go deep to Diggs. Interesting if they'll call the same play call again. Seems like Diggs is coming over to our side of the field now lining up against, who's number 9 for us, guys?
Logan Brooks.
Logan Brooks. So this is a little bit of an interesting match. Logan Brooks with a huge game last week for us.
Another flag on the field.
Could be.
McKeesport here seems to be going backwards. That has to be against the Tigers.
Yeah.
Some sort of procedure of holding. Should move them back at least another 5 yards.
Yep. So another illegal motion call there on McKeesport.
And we shut down the run on that play.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting if Matt Morgan has the capabilities to decline this penalty. I think I might
think he
consider
did.
that. Yes, he did. Did he say second down? No. So now, ball on the 50. It is 1st and 20 for the Tigers. See what they have in their playbook. I'm sure not a lot of plays for 1st and 20 that you diagram up. Again, they don't break that formation, guys. Triple option, running back in tight.
Robinson hands it off to number 3, Tyron Adams, who has some room and could go all the way. And he is
Going to be a
It's
horse collar.
tackle. I agree, Nick. That's a horse collar. That will be half the distance to the goal, so it'll be 1st and 5 at the 5 for the Tigers. And
That's one of the penalties you'll kind of take because that limits them from a touchdown. You'll take him getting to closer to the touchdown than actually getting one. So.
Flagging play is a personal foul horse collar on the Mustang. Half the distance to the goal.
to move it to the 5 or maybe the 4.5.
First and goal from the 4-yard line.
5. 4.5.
Well, it's toughy here to ask your defense 1st and 4
Yeah.
to stop the Tigers. And he kind of just plodded forward for
Yeah.
3. So it'll be interesting if McKeesport they do have to run another play here before the end of the 1st quarter. It's 28 seconds left on the shot clock. Now down to 20, 27 on the scoreboard clock. So if this is a run, barring a penalty, one of the last plays of the 1st quarter.
Robinson under snap.
And
And
tons of movement there, guys. I see lots of laundry on the field.
Flagging the play. Motion against the Keystone.
that's going to push the Tigers back.
Yeah, push them back even further. Obviously 5 yards there, Nick. So that ball will go back to the 7, 2nd and 7 at the 7, 12 and that's going to be because of the penalty at less than McKeesport, and I think they do kind of want to score. There are 5 seconds left. They come running up to the line. 2 seconds, 1 second.
Quick handoff there.
And looks like that was Preston Sunday with the tackle. Nice stop right at the end of the quarter.
So at the end of the 1st quarter, McKeesport 21, Mustangs 6. Some other news besides high school football today. In the NFL, we had Antonio Brown released by the Patriots. Very happy for, it's a very good thing if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like Bill Belichick didn't want to kind of deal with the situation he was
Yeah.
in.
Yep, I agree. I wouldn't want to deal with it either. In my opinion, he should have just shut his mouth, stayed in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, because at the time you can kind of understand like kind of why he wanted to get traded to get more guaranteed money, but he kind of handled it in a totally different way, and
Yeah.
it kind of hurt the Steelers a lot.
Yep. So we'll see if he'll land anywhere this season. Could be that he just sits out the season, teamless. As we have a salute to service going on right now, saluting all veterans.
And that's Robinson bouncing out. Looks like he's going to get in,
Got
and
in
they're
there for
calling a touchdown. Nice early score there for the Tigers.
Thank you for your dedication and commitment to our community's safety and well-being. Thank you for giving up the time with our families so our own families are protected and know they will always be safe in your hands. If you are a first responder and do not make it to the track, please stand to be recognized.
Anthony Byko to hit the PAT.
Served in our nation's armed forces. President George Washington said the willingness with which our young
Oh, and it's blocked.
Finally.
Looks like
The
Jordan
Mustangs,
Major.
The Mustangs have been getting after those kicks pretty recently. Past last game and this game, I saw a couple. Max Patulski broke through on a couple of them. So
Oh, yeah.
it's about
I was
time.
seeing them in the last couple games. They were getting
Yeah.
real close to the kicker every time.
Stitt had a blocked field goal against Gateway a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, this whole game they were so close to blocking one. I couldn't wait to see them actually be able to block one.
Yeah, they're getting
Oh,
closer
yeah.
and closer each game.
The Mustangs are going to come out on the field. We have Brooks and Martin back to return this one for the Mustangs.
McKeesport touchdown run by number 2. Devontae Robinson.
That's going to be Byko again, getting ready to kick this off for the Tigers.
Jordan Major kicking off from McKeesport. That throw back to receive. Brooks and Martin.
And looks like Brooks is going to be able to field this one. Finds
a hole.
gets a
Oh.
couple holes and
Byko's
makes a tackle.
He could go.
He's
gone.
He's going all the way.
See ya.
He's going all the way.
He's gone.
Touchdown Mustangs.
Logan Brooks.
That was an amazing.
What a run by Logan Brooks.
That was an amazing play. He made so many cuts to make a lot of McKeesport guys miss, and he just took off in the storm.
He's got the whole crowd standing up here cheering for him right now.
Good run.
Thank you, veterans. Touchdown, Mustangs.
That was nice there by Brooks. He's coming off of a big game last week. He had against Connellsville. He's had 2 touchdowns, I believe.
He had a great game.
Some catches along with the touchdown. Yeah.
Zach Field, the holder.
3 touchdowns. Sorry, he had last week against Connellsville.
And
Kick is
the
good.
kick is good.
Charlie Kankowski.
That's going to bring the score to Tigers 27 and Mustangs 13 with about 11:30 left in the half.
Very smooth cuts by Brooks on that return. Very smooth, almost Derek Davis-like.
Yeah, definitely. Against a good team like McKeesport, that's really impressive to make a lot of guys miss and just to get a whole kickoff return off of like I said, a really good team.
That could be a momentum changer for the Mustangs as well. We'll see how they come out on this defensive drive here. They need to get a stop or kick it out of the end zone here. The Tigers, have had some pretty good returns in these last couple kickoffs. So we'll see here.
Number 7, Larry Conda. And number 6, Giggs. Correction back to number 5, Edward Beverly.
Tyler Kolinkowski getting ready to kick this off. That looks like it's number Looks like number 35, Blaze Grabowski again, gets the ball at around the 40-yard line for the Tigers.
The Tigers start out somewhat good field position again.
Look like Robinson under snap again.
Quick handoff inside.
Good for about
Nice.
4.
Nice stop by the Mustangs there.
Adams Wagner on the carry, brought down by number 3, Clifton Sunday.
That was Adams Wagner on the carry.
3, second down, 7.
Oh,
Flag on the play.
Looks like the Tigers might have got the Mustangs to jump there.
looks like Braden Kaler
Offside.
with the what?
Mustang, 5-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Braden with the
McKeesport's lining up after the flag on the play.
Quick fake handoff.
Robinson on the keeper. Brought down by Nick Luca.
Robinson's going to keep it himself. Gets a gain about 6. Picks up the first down.
Luca and Anthony Gaia on the tackle.
Doug Robinson's in shotgun now.
High snap.
And he's going to
Sneaking
keep
past
it.
a couple defenders there. He's got some room on the outside with blockers ahead of him. He's going to walk in there for a touchdown.
His 3rd on the night.
Touchdown, McKeesport.
That's gonna make it 33-13. Extra point pending. That kick is good.
Another good kick by Anthony Byko.
No, McKeesport kind of runs a unique offense, almost like comparable to a type of offense like the Army. It's kind of hard to stop because you don't know who's going to have the ball and with all the options they run, but it's making it real hard on Plum because they usually don't see a type of offense like this.
I agree.
See if the Mustangs can get another return here.
That's what I'm looking for.
Maybe
It doesn't look like Brooks is back. It looks like it's Guzzi and Martin now.
gotta catch his breath. After that long return. You never know.
And that's going to be a touchback.
So McKeesport's not going to let the Mustangs return this one here. Kicks it as Byko kicks it through the end zone. Mustangs are going to start off at the 20-yard line. Just under 10 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Tigers 34, Mustangs 13.
Miller under snap.
Almost gets the Tigers to jump there.
And
Under
he's
pressure
gonna
right
get
away.
brought down by
That's kind of extra there. The referee was standing right there. I mean, I don't know what he didn't see that I saw.
tackle was made by number 14, Caleb Rice.
Okay.
Yeah, because whenever he kind of grabbed Miller a little bit, you pretty much assume that he's going to call it for a tackle, but he kept going, kind of slammed him.
The whistle was
Yeah, they
blown,
blew
and
the
he just
whistle and everything,
threw him to the
still
ground.
threw him down.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 18 for the Mustangs. Miller in shotgun now. Hands off to Guzzi, who's met behind the line again.
Guzzi on the carry, brought down by number 50. Devontae Simpson.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 18.
Third down. 22.
Miller's going to be in shotgun formation here.
Drops
Dropping
back to pass. Has Max Matulski, who's met by Caleb Rice again.
Miller's pass complete to Matulski. Knocked out of bounds by
So
number
that's-
9, Terrence Glenn.
It's about a gain of 4 or 5. 4 or 5 there. Mustangs are facing a 4th and long.
Looks like the punt team's out. Reed Martin's going to punt this away for the Mustangs.
Hard punt.
Kind of a high punt there by Martin. Gets out of bounds at about the 35-yard line.
Just about.
35.
And another drive for the Tigers.
Start. Good field
A
position.
good field position
Mr.
again
Barad said, yeah.
in Mustang territory. So hopefully the Mustangs can get a stop and get a little momentum swing. Robinson under snap.
Gonna pitch it.
He's going to pitch it out, and he's got some room,
Oh, nice block there at the end.
Max
By,
will catch him.
and he's going to
looks
get
like the ref's gonna mark him down at the goal line, just short. So nice tackle there by Max Matulski to keep him out of the end zone, as he's down after that. Could have got the wind knocked out of him. Took a hard fall to the ground.
looks like he got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah.
That run was by Vernon Andrews.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you get him. You always want to stop him before he gets a touchdown. Try to maybe take some more time off for their possession.
McKeesport has the ball at the 1-yard line. Quick handoff. Not sure if he broke the play. No, they're going to mark him short. It's a nice stop
Rob-
there by the Mustangs.
Great stop.
Kind of just forming a brick wall there, not letting the Tigers get into that end zone. Tackle was by Rocco Canals and Max Matulski.
Two big defensive players for the Mustangs.
McKeesport's going to be on the 1-yard line again. Just quarterback's just going to keep himself, dive over the pile, score a
And
touchdown.
that's Robinson's 4th touchdown on the night.
So the score is 40 to 13, excuse me. Just about 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
tee is up.
Kind of a low kick there.
But the kick extra point by Byko is good, and that pushes the lead to 41-13.
So the Mustangs are going to come out to return this kickoff by the Tigers. Looks like Brooks is back out there with Martin.
Brooks looking to get another great return.
Hopefully. Byko kicks it away.
And it's gonna
And another touchback.
Touchback, Mustangs take over first and 10 equals 20.
Let's see if Plum can kind of shake off that 3 and out and hopefully come with a real strong drive.
Jake Miller in shotgun. Drops back, passes, hits
Good.
Sluka wide
Gets
open
it
in the
away to
middle of the
Saluka.
field.
He's breaking free.
Oh, he broke
Oh,
it!
he broke it.
He's going! Go!
going.
And he's gonna run out at about the 15.
Saluka.
That was a great play call, great execution, because it didn't seem like there was any safeties back there. He just had so much room.
It's a great run by Saluka there.
That was nice. By Saluka. He needed that. Gonna hand it off to Guzzi. Mustangs hurried up to the
Gonna
line.
bounce
runs
out.
backwards.
He's gonna get brought down by Tyron Adams.
That last pass play to Miller, Luka, 65-yard gain.
Miller back in shotgun. Takes the snap. Rolling out. Gonna keep it himself.
Got some room.
Oh, and he's taken down.
He's gonna get brought down at about the 2 or 3 yard line.
That was a great decision. Didn't look like anyone was open. You saw a huge hole, and he was able to take a great advantage about it.
First and goal on the 3.
On the 3-yard line, excuse me. Just 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. So they line up in this Sox package again. Reed Martin receiving the snap. Gonna take it himself.
Reed Martin's gonna go.
And he's
Look-
gonna get,
oh,
he hits a
ooh.
pylon. That's a touchdown. Yep.
That is a touchdown.
And he's in.
He's in. That's big for the Mustangs. Come down fast, score a touchdown under a minute.
Great drive.
Looks like Vernon Andrews is a little shaken up on the play.
Yeah, he's still walking back to the. He couldn't make it the whole way back. He's
He's taking a little rest.
yeah, it's all right.
The kick is up and it's good.
So that's big for the Mustangs as the score is now 41-20. McKeesport still on top, but there's 5 minutes, just a little under 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. That was much needed for the Mustangs, as that puts them only down by 3 touchdowns now. So, I mean, technically they're not out of this game yet.
Looks like they still got some fight.
Yeah. We'll see how they perform on this defensive drive here. They're going to need to stop. If I'm the Mustangs, I want to stop them here. Get that ball back, score before halftime. Because then I do believe they get the ball back at half. I don't know if I'm 100% correct on that. But that's obviously the game plan here for Coach Morgan and the Mustangs. Tyler Kornkowski's going to kick this one off. See, we got number 7, La Rotunda. He's tried something.
Looked like it was almost an onside kick,
Yeah.
kind of.
So, I mean,
Another
yeah,
good field
again,
position
so
for the
good.
Tigers.
Yeah, starting out close to midfield, about 2 yards shy of 50-yard line.
Yeah, that was kind of almost something that former Plum student Pat McAfee did with the Colts, kind of like a 10-yard, like almost split kind of kick. He just got it right back, and he got the Colts the ball. It was pretty cool, actually.
Gonna pitch it. Oh, he's looking to
Oh,
pass.
he's got him.
He's got him.
Oh,
it's
overthrown.
Thank God he overthrew him there, because that man was wide open.
Yeah, it looked like there was kind of a huge anticipation on the run, but Plum got a huge break on there.
That was a heck of a throw there by David Larentonda, number 7 for the Tigers.
That pass was intended for number 6, Demonte Diggs.
We haven't seen him do too much here tonight yet. There's still a whole nother half to go. He's got Reed Martin covering him now. Oh, he fumbled the ball.
Whoa.
Looks like the Mustangs will kick it up.
Plum recovers.
And Plum picks the
Plum
ball
picks
up.
up the ball, so it looks like they're going to start off. Good field position. That's big for the Mustangs. They're going to get the ball at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great play. It looked like the running back kind of wasn't paying attention, and the Plum's defense kind of stripped the ball away from him, and they got the ball back in great field position.
That was much needed by the Mustangs.
Absolutely.
Very much needed.
Big momentum swing.
See if they can capitalize off that fumble there. Score a touchdown here on this drive. Repeat what they did last drive. They got about 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in this second quarter.
Oh.
Tried a little quick pass there to Saluka. Broken up by number 4, Robinson.
Vernon
Andrews, sorry, Andrews.
It's all right.
Mustangs have 2 out wide on each side. So Miller's back in shotgun formation. Kind of a hard count there, looked like.
Hands it to Guzzi right up the middle. Good for about a yard.
But this run game,
Maybe 2.
this run game hasn't been working so much for the Mustangs so far. See if they can get it going here. Get a repeat of what happened last week against Connellsville for Guzzi. See if the Mustangs can pick up this first down here. You got to think they're going to try to hurry up again like they've been doing.
Miller in shotgun. Drops back to pass.
Under pressure.
Lets it go, and it's going to be a little low. The pass was intended for Logan Brooks. Miller was under pressure there. Kind of had to get that off.
I would have threw that ball so fast with who was coming at me there. That was Diggs bringing the pressure on Miller.
And the Mustangs are going to go for it.
He could be a scary dude. You see a 6'6". He's not 6'6". He's definitely bigger than 6'6". If you see a 6'6" guy running at you, I know.
I'm throwing that ball.
Yeah,
fast.
I'm definitely not holding on to that ball.
Yeah, I'm sure he's definitely not an easy guy to block. He's getting scholarship offers from a bunch of schools. So I mean, he's a huge target on offense, and he's a huge threat on defense. It's something Plum probably is trying to pay attention to.
Very, very true. I think we have a timeout there called by the Mustangs. So they're gonna go for it here on this 4th down in about 8. We got just under 4 minutes remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Jake Miller in shotgun. This will be big if they can convert this.
Yeah, they need this here.
Drops back to pass. Oh, he fumbles, and it's recovered by the McKeesport Tigers. That was recovered by Kevontae Simpson.
Miller was under pressure there again. Heavy pressure. And he can't really blame him there.
Thought he saw a gap, but people were too fast behind him.
And this is going to be 1st and 10 on the 42 for the Tigers as Robinson goes under snap again.
Gonna pitch it right side. Nice stop there by the Mustangs.
Looks like Nick Sluka, who made first contact there. Great open field tackle.
That was a new number I haven't seen in there on that tackle. Anthony, I'm sorry, I didn't hear his last name, but
Robinson in shotgun now, dropping back to pass. Oh, you can tell he's looking for dig. Oh, he's going to take it now.
keep himself.
And looks like he's going to get the 1st down.
Yeah. Looks like they were looking for another false start there on the Tigers.
That tackle was made by number 42, Rocco Knaus.
Oh, high
real
snap
high
there.
Snap.
Snap.
Oh, he still can't pick it up. Did the Mustangs recover that again?
And the
I think they
Mustangs
did.
recovered it.
Yes.
Wow, that's another fumble recovery by Plum.
Plum is good as covering all the fumbles.
That ball was recovered by number 61, Anthony Jaya. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. You're not on the list, so I'm just going off by what the PA and out with Mr. Seneca's saying, so I apologize for that. But the Mustangs recover, and they take over at about the 35-yard line.
Great field position for the Mustangs on this drive.
Dropping back.
Miller drops back, lets it rip over the middle. Hit as he
Intended
threw, and
for
it
Max Matulski.
He was under pressure again there by Diggs. Kind of forced to throw that one away there.
Yeah, McKeesport's defensive lines kind of make it real tough for Plum. It seems like Miller's almost getting hit every play. It's kind of gets tough for you to make good passes like it. You know he can.
It's going to be a handoff to Guzzi. He's got a couple blockers.
He's got some blocks.
There's a flag on the play.
Going to be a gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. But there seems to be a flag in the backfield. And it's going to be a holding call against the Mustangs.
So the Mustangs are backed up.
Oh,
Oh, that was a. I thought Reed had that one,
That
but that
faked
was
me
nice.
out.
that was a
Yeah.
nice fake. That was.
That was better off a fake than a handoff there.
Brought down by Adams Wagner along with Edwards Dudley. Third down.
It's gonna be
120 left.
yeah. It's gonna be a long third down for the Mustangs. 3rd and 20. 3rd and 17, rather. Mustangs need to get a little closer to that first down marker there. If they, if not, get the first down, gotta think they're gonna go for it.
It's going to be a timeout.
Timeout for
Yeah,
Plum.
so
Timeout Mustang.
Looks like they're going to go over one more time on what they should do on this 3rd and long.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Miller
tonight's
is
football game is being
a little out of breath.
Comcast
Looks like he got the wind knocked out of him.
and Verizon Channel 30 on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, 4 p.m. and 10 p.m., and Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon and 7 p.m. We'd like to take this time to thank Mr. Rick Plum and the TV production crew.
we get a little shout out there in the background. .50 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. First half, I should say. McKeesport still on top. Mustangs facing a 3rd and 17.
Jake Miller in shotgun.
Takes the ball. Oh,
Pass
almost
intended
intercepted.
for Max Matolski. Under pressure again.
Incomplete. Fourth down.
And that's going to bring up 4th and 17 for the Mustangs. As the punt team comes on.
Martin's trying to kick the ball.
That was a hot punt there
Yeah.
by Reed.
Dragging a play. A little substitution on McKeesport.
Looks like they're going to bring Tyler Klonkowski out now to punt this ball away for the Mustangs.
Last punts by Reed, they've been high.
Yeah. That's going to actually move the Mustangs up a couple yards.
See what Tyler can do on this punt.
Nice.
Good punt.
Punt.
Nice punt.
It's fielded by Robinson, who
Robinson's
breaks the
gonna break
tackle, and he's running down the sideline, and it looks like he's
got
gone.
blockers.
If I'm not mistaken, that is his 5th touchdown on the night.
Jabari Robinson on return.
This is definitely a day for him to remember. Yeah.
Touchdown McKeesport.
Yeah, he's had a great game.
Well, McKeesport now goes up 47 to 20.
22.5 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
Looks like number 81's kind of limping off the field.
Petco on to the extra point.
And Bytko's kick is good, so that pushes the lead to 48 to 20. Tigers up.
Caleb Thomas looked like he was limping off the field after that last drive.
Looks like both special teams are ready.
Martin and Brooks back to receive the kick. Go to kickoff for McKeesport.
Brooks and Martin back to return the kick. See if we can get a good return and an easy. It's going to be a squib kick.
That was by Johnny Leno. Johnny Leno on the run there. Brings it out to about the 30-yard line for the Mustangs.
Johnny, I want to.
I want to. Oh, I want to. My fault. I want to.
So the Mustangs are going to take this one into the locker room. Down 48-20. McKeesport's on top. As you guys can now stay tuned for the McKeesport band performance following the Plum Mustang band performance.
pleasure is the very well-known and iconic song, Bohemian Rhapsody.
I can try my best. I'm actually okay at announcing.
The 50-50 will be announced shortly, so get your ticket ready. Ladies and gentlemen, get out your 50-50 tickets. The winner will receive $552. The winning ticket number, it says ticket on it. It's 325433. That is, I don't know what color ticket is, I'm not allowed on announcements, but the ticket number again is 325433. The ticket is breast cancer pink. Again, 325433. You have exactly 6 seconds to come up and claim your prize. 6, 5. Do we have a winner yet? The winning ticket again, 325433. Please report to the press box if you have no winner.
Welcome back, Mustangs fans, to the second half of your McKeesport versus Plum football game. It's me, Garrett Susko. I filmed the first half, along with my buddy Zach Barat, Jake Bell, and Tommy Marzine. Zach, what are your opinions on the game so far?
Personally, this has been a very high-scoring game, but personally, I thought the Plum Mustangs have played pretty well, putting up 20 points on the board. But when they put up 20 points on the board,
Sorry for that technical malfunction. We accidentally turned on the camera microphone. But we're back here, and, well, I'm going to go right to Jake. Jake, what do you think about that first half?
No, I think Plum played pretty well on offense, you know. Just a couple mistakes, but they seem to look pretty comfortable. The only thing that Plum needs to do right now is kind of to stop the run. They've been using the option a lot. They've been using their quarterback as almost like a running back. I think if they stop that, then they can come back in this game.
I agree. Well, personally, I've loved what I've seen from the Mustangs offense so far. Not every single drive has ended the way they wanted to, but they've been able to compete with this very good McKeesport defense, putting up 20 points on the board. If their defense can play well this quarter, or this half, well then, you know, game might be a lot closer than we anticipated.
Yeah, the Mustangs had a lot of opportunities. They just need to count on those opportunities and see if we can score.
Yeah, the game of football is all about cashing in on the opportunities at the right time.
yeah, well, the Plum Mustangs did have those 2 chances right at the end of the second quarter. But they did put up points on that last time when Logan Brooks and Reed Martin scoring at that final play with their possession, but they still could have had another touchdown. But the Plum Mustangs have held McKeesport to what they can. And they're only, it's 48-28, and now it's, as McKeesport kicks off to the Plum Mustangs, let's see what the Plum Mustangs can do. And it's an onside kick, and it's fumbled, and
It looks like McKeesport's going to have this ball. Nope, it's Plum's.
No, wait, it looks like McKeesport has the ball.
Yeah.
Looks like McKeesport recovered that onside kick, and now they're going to be driving with 11:40 left in the third quarter. One thing I haven't seen is Devontae Diggs.
Yeah, I know.
Big impact.
He's a huge target. I think he's like 6'6", you know, like they haven't been utilizing him as we thought going into this game.
Watching it, just looking at him, he looks insanely big. The snap pulls out. He looks deep.
It's going to be a long ball.
Oh,
And it's picked off by Billy
amazing.
Guzzi.
Nope, that is Reed Martin.
Oh, Reed Martin, my bad.
That was a great play against Diggs, who's is, like huge, and he just made a real nice play. Played him pretty well.
That's a fantastic catch on the ground, and you know, Reed Martin is the most versatile player we've ever seen play for the Mustangs. To be honest, he could do pretty much everything.
You have Reed Martin, who's 5'8", going against Devontae Diggs, who's 6'6".
And comes up with the interception. That just goes to show you it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
As we see Jake Miller back on their own 8-yard line. Takes a snap.
Take the snap.
Takes
He's
the
going
snap.
to
He's
Jake
got
Miller's running.
room.
He's got room. He's
all
going.
the way.
He is going.
Wow. Fantastic play call.
Yeah, what a read too.
What
He
a
saw
great
that
read
wide
by
open
Jake
hole.
Miller.
What
Great
a
read.
touchdown.
Wow. What a sequence of events.
Yeah, I know.
Amazing interception and turned into a huge quarterback run for a touchdown.
This is pumping up the whole crowd. More importantly, it's pumping up the team a lot. Hopefully they can come back on defense, play just like they did on that interception.
Oh yeah, it's all about the momentum, and they even had me fooled in that play.
82-yard touchdown there for Jake Miller to make this game 48, hopefully to 27 PAT, depending, by Tyler Kolinkowski. And now the tides have turned with the Plum Mustangs having momentum going right in the beginning of the third quarter. The snap, PAT is good. And man, what a play by the Plum Mustangs there, pulling out Jake Miller, running it all the way down the field for a touchdown.
Yeah, Jake Miller had the fake handoff and saw that gap, and he just took it.
Man, did he have room. And now it's time to see what the Plum Mustangs defense can do so they can try to get back into this game, only being down by 3 touchdowns with plenty of time left on the clock. As you see this game being a high-scoring game, 48-27.
Well, before this quarter started, we said the Mustangs offense has played pretty well so far, and if their defense needs to cooperate in order for them to make this a tighter game, that's exactly what they did there. They must have hurt us.
Now the pressure goes down to McKeesport and McKeesport Tigers to see if they make another mistake, that puts them on their heels. And they don't realize how Plum can be deadly with their wide receivers and their running backs, as you just saw with that play, Jake Miller taking it down all the way down the field for a touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. Like Plum's receivers can break a lot of tackles, especially if they get in relatively open space. They can take it a long way.
It'd be interesting to see if Tyler Kolinkowski pulls what their kicker just did right in the beginning if they tried an onside kick real quick. But here you probably just want to pin them back deep, get the ball back at good field position, and hopefully score again when they get the ball back.
Both Plum and McKeesport special teams are out, ready for the punt.
It's a long kick
Good
by
punt
Tyler.
by Tyler
Bounced at the 1 yard line and in the end zone.
for a touchback.
We
Very good
have
kick.
good.
Oh, that was a very good kick.
Most of these kickers can kick in the end zone, like we saw with McKeesport kicker. Every single time he's kicked it into the end zone.
Yeah, they had a Plum has a lot of touchbacks.
Yeah, it's really cool to see because now kicking is now more of like a soccer style of kicking, unlike how it used to be where you just ran straight up and kicked it. So like a lot of current or former soccer players end up developing into great kickers.
Yeah.
Oh, he flicks it off out to the wide to number 4 for looks
Pushed
like
out
a
of bounds.
first down.
By Max Matulski.
That looks like Andrews Vernon with the run right out there. It looks like he's going to get the first down. It'd be nice to see if the Plum Mustangs can come out with a turnover, get the ball back, and hopefully score again. Big turnover like they just saw right in the beginning.
Just like their last defensive drive.
Yeah. As we see, he pulls back,
Gonna run the ball.
runs the ball. That's what the one thing McKeesport is good at with that third option play, pulling the ball right before they run the ball and go and play action and distributing the ball. That's one thing that they always keep on doing, and it's working pretty well.
Yeah, it can keep any defense on their toes.
Yeah. As we see 2 out wide from McKeesport. One guy in the backfield. He runs the ball. He keeps it.
Oh, he's going.
He's going.
Oh. He's
Oh.
got speed too.
Yeah, number 2 with the touchdowns.
Great
for
out.
the McKeesport Tigers.
I think that's his 6th touchdown of the game.
Yeah, it was a great effort by the Mustangs defense, but their offense was just one step ahead there.
Yeah.
What a night for Davari to remember.
Looks like there's a flag on the play. As they bring him back.
Are we gonna bring him back?
Wow.
Oh,
This
wow.
is huge.
Yeah, this is a huge, again, another change in momentum.
Man,
This is a good break for the Plum Mustangs now that they get another chance to redeem themselves on a second. It's going to be 2nd and 13 now at the 34, 33 yard line. And this is Plum's chance to stop them now. As we see Devontae Diggs out wide. Looks like they might run this play. Oh,
There's an early jump.
Early jump.
that was
Yep.
number 56 for Plum. Jake, who was that? Number 56 for the Plum Mustangs who jumped.
Braden Kohler.
Yep.
Braden jumping early on the snap. And that's going to make it 2nd and 5 now with 10:25 left. And now, let's see, the Plum Mustangs did have a chance with that touchdown coming back, and now hurting themselves in the heel there again with that flag, but they still got 2 downs to hold them. But you should see McKeesport running this ball here. Quick pass to Devontae Diggs out wide.
And they just a
Oh.
whole bunch of tacklers bring down Devontae Diggs there.
Yeah, he did just enough to get the first down.
No, that's going to be close, depending on where they mark him.
Yeah, that's true.
They might have to pull out the chains. No, they give him the first.
58, Rocco Cabrera.
And first, that's a first down and moves the chains for the McKeesport Tigers. McKeesport loading the box up with 1 out wide. He pulls back, he throws to Devontae Diggs out wide with speed.
Oh, almost intercepted.
Billy Guzzi almost intercepting it right out of his hands, it looked like. Just underthrown by the quarterback from McKeesport.
It's still another great play by the defensive backs to swat the ball away.
2nd and 10 now for McKeesport. Now the clock has stopped, and it's now time for the Plum Mustangs to step up and see what they can do.
They're hurrying up here.
Yeah, Devontae Diggs out wide air left now. In motion.
Robinson.
He flicks it off to number 24. And they stack him. He might have lost a yard
They were
there.
all over him.
Yeah, that was a great stop. It forces them to 3rd and long.
Yeah.
That was a newer face you've seen on the Tigers offense. That was Assad Robinson.
Now this will be a big 3rd down conversion. Time to see what Plum can do on 3rd down. As it looks like it is still 3rd and 10. They have one out wide again. In motion, 27. He pulls back. He looks deep.
Oh,
And he sacks him.
And the captain, Jaden Nichols, gets the sack.
they're all over it, forcing them, I think, their first punt of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
That is going to be 4th down. Plum is going to force McKeesport to punt the ball.
This is going to be McKeesport's first punt of the game. Let's see how far this kicker can punt with 8:25 left on the clock. Oh, flag.
Roughing the kicker.
Almost blocked, but you're going to hit that kicker, and that's going to be
that is a
flag every time.
It's going to be, isn't it an automatic first down?
I believe so, yeah. I think McKeesport's getting the ball back.
And that's killer. It's killer.
You can never get away with a roughing the kicker call.
Yeah, I think it's a first down for. That's a tough blow for Plum there.
Yeah, this was kind of similar to the Steelers versus Chiefs game last year. I think Tyler Matekovich kind of roughed the punter on an important possession the Steelers had, and they kind of lost them the game.
Yeah. Now Plum Mustangs got a hold of McKeesport again for 4 downs. They really tried to get in that block in. They wanted to get that block so they had early possession and score real quick.
The Mustangs are going to take a timeout here.
The Plum Mustangs have played pretty well. They've put up 4 touchdowns this game against McKeesport. Even though they're not winning this game, they've played really well. Scoring wise, throwing Jake Miller and running the ball with Billy Guzzi. Even their special teams as well, with Logan Brooks taking that one all the way.
Yeah, it's very impressive. I think they're on pace to put up over 40 points, which is well enough to win a ball game.
Yeah.
As the timeout comes to a close, Mustangs will return to the field.
There's still plenty of time. There's still 20 minutes left in this game. Plum only being down by 21. That's still comebackable. And now it's time to see what their defense can do. Ready for the snap. Looks like he fakes the handoff and he runs up the middle for around 3 or 4 yards there, making it like 2nd and 6.
Looks like they anticipated either him going to the quarterback or the running back, which ended up happening, and they made a nice play. They stopped what looked like he could have gone a lot because he's been having a great game.
Yeah, the Mustangs are starting to get a feel of how McKeesport's playing now. But the only thing is you don't know when they're going to keep the ball or when they're going to throw the ball. Step back for the snap, one running back, 2 out wide. He
Gonna
pulls
be a
back.
fake handoff.
It looks like he got the first down.
Gained about 9 yards there.
And that's a first down from McKeesport. And they're at right around the Mustang 39-yard line.
And that was some powerful running there by Davari Robinson.
Is it Davari Robinson?
It is.
Davari.
Yes.
I kind of want to know his stats for this game. We might be able to get that to you later.
He's had, I think, about 5 touchdowns this game.
He's had all of them. Has he had all of them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
24 in motion, pulls back. He runs the ball to number 4.
Vernon Andrews
He might
gets stopped by the Mustangs defense after a couple yards.
They marked him. It looks like
Brought down by Saluka.
that was a gain of 6 yards, it looked like.
Second down, 4.
It is second down now, 2nd and 5. As they travel into Mustang territory.
Quick handoff. And about a gain of 2 yards.
Close to the first down. Might be 3rd and 1 here. This might be 2 down territory from McKeesport now. Even if they don't get the first, they might go for it on 4th, up by 21, and you're already in the Mustangs territory. Or they might just go a small punt and pin the Mustangs deep at like below their 10-yard line.
4, 3. It is a Yusha pink ticket. 239, 443.
1 out wide. He huts the ball, he keeps it, and he got the first down.
Gained
it
a
looks
yard.
Like. Yeah, he gained maybe 1 or 2 yards there, gets the first.
Robinson on the carry.
That's going to move the chains. Plum Mustangs hoping for a turnover now, or a big play by someone on their defense like they did with the sack by Jaden Nichols on that last time. Just unfortunate with that flag at the very end. But they need a big turnover here.
Yeah, definitely. They've gotten, what, 2 or 3 turnovers this game, which is pretty impressive against this type of offense, against this type of team.
That's the ball. He keeps the ball again. He goes out wide, and he gets pulled down all the way down to the 4-yard line.
That was either at the 5 or the 4-yard line.
Yeah.
Nearly unstoppable was Vernon Andrews in that play.
Yeah, he's been having a good game today.
He has.
This is definitely one that he will remember.
The Plum Mustangs have done well when it comes when they're in the 5-yard line. They've stacked them in knowing that either Davari Robinson is going to run the ball in, or he's going to play action to Devontae Diggs in the end zone, because just because of how tall he is, him being 6'6", almost like a tight end for how big he is.
And I think McKeesport's going to call timeout.
Yeah. Garrett, who's pit play this week?
Pitt plays the University of Central Florida in a home game this weekend at 3 o'clock tomorrow. I will be there, and so will Jake.
Is the game winnable?
Every game is winnable when you're the Pitt Panthers. So the history of beating top-ranked opponents like Clemson and Notre Dame and West Virginia and Miami.
Yeah, that's true. And are they still missing Mackenzie Milton, UCF?
I believe they are.
Yeah, so that might make it a little bit tough for UCF, even though they've been playing well so far this season. But losing a guy like that who performed real well last season can really take a toll on the team.
The odds are going to be against them, though.
Zach, are you going to the game?
Yeah, I got a soccer game. We play Latrobe.
I invited Zach to go with me, but, you know, he has duties to his soccer team, you know.
Yep.
And I respect that.
Yeah.
And the soccer team is having a great year.
Undefeated,
this
you know.
year.
Better better than most teams.
What is
at
their
Plum.
record?
They're 6-0-1. Takes the snap, he runs it to number 24, and he's
24
in
is going to get the touchdown.
for the McKeesport Tigers.
That was Assad Robinson with the carry.
Assad Robinson with the touchdown. That makes it 27-54 McKeesport. PAT depending on number 41, Anthony Bico.
Anthony ready for the PAT.
He's made every one. He might be 6 for 6.
Yeah, the PAT is up, and it's good.
Max almost blocked that there.
Yeah, Plum has been, they've been getting closer and closer on their PAT block attempts.
Nick Stitt blocked one 2 days. Was it last game against Connellsville or the game before that game?
I believe it was Connellsville.
Yeah.
He's injured this game. He couldn't play this game. I don't know what the injury was.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge loss. He had a huge game last game. It was really fun to see.
Yeah.
One of their best defensive players, for sure.
He is a senior this year.
And that touchdown will bring us to 55-27 McKeesport Tigers with 4 minutes and 8 seconds left in the third quarter.
Both McKeesport and Plum's special teams are out. Reed Martin and Logan Brooks are ready for the kick.
Short kick there.
Oh,
Fielded.
Fielded at about the 38 of the Plum Mustangs.
That was fielded by Aiden Tomko.
Seems like we've been seeing a lot of like special kicks, not like the usual kickoff.
Yeah,
Punted
a
all the
lot
way
of
into-
squib kicks, onside kicks.
That might to be avoiding another return for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's
By-
possible.
That was a
Logan.
good return by Logan Brooks on that.
I thought Logan Brooks was a senior for a sec.
No,
Junior,
he's a
senior.
sophomore.
He's a sophomore.
Yeah, he's gonna be good.
He's still-
Senior year, he's gonna be real good.
Yeah,
Same with Jake Miller.
yeah. Jake Miller huts the ball out to Billy Gussie, takes it out wide. They lost a couple yards there. Tackled by number 50 by McKeesport, which was Cavante Simpson.
I didn't really mind the play call because Billy Guzzi has a lot of speed where he can run the outside, make a big play, but they were just all over him.
Yeah, that's where they hurt him in the first half of the game. They pitched him out wide, and he found big holes
Yeah,
like Le'Veon Bell does with the Jets.
I think
Well,
McKeesport.
not this Monday, he didn't.
I think
Yeah.
McKeesport's getting on top of all of our running plays.
Jake Miller he runs the ball to Billy Gussie again, and it looks like they're going to give him an extra yard from the first down marker. So it looks like it's going to be third and 9 with 3:10 left in the third quarter. 55-27 McKeesport.
Oh, we got a McKeesport player down on the ground.
And he's holding his leg in the air, so it must be
Yeah.
something with the knee.
It's
Or
number
thigh.
77.
Number 77, Jordan Major. No, that is
Nope.
Plum. Colin Lyons
Lions.
is hurt on the
Linens.
field.
He was holding his knee.
He was
for a
grabbing
sec.
his left knee.
He might have pulled something in his hamstring.
Yes.
He could have pulled something. Yeah, because I see the trainers.
The trainers are out trying to stretch him right now.
Yeah,
They're stretching underneath his knee.
hamstrings and legs. Yeah. It looks like he's getting up off his own power.
Yeah, he is limping.
He's limping off.
Once again, I think it was his left hamstring he could have pulled.
Well, 3rd and 9. for the Plum Mustangs. Jake Miller out back with Billy Guzzi to his right with 4 wide receivers now. Cuts the ball, looks up in the pocket, caught, and that was caught by Nick Saluka for 4 or 5 yards there. And it looks like Plum is not going to go for it on 4th down, and they're going to punt to McKeesport now. And we will see Reed Martin punting to number 5 of McKeesport, Edward Dudley.
Martin's punt is up, and it's a high one.
You got some distance.
Yeah, to about the 22,
Out of his
and
hands.
dropped it.
Oh, they're going to bring him back to the 10-yard
yeah.
line. Wow.
That was a great tackle.
Yeah, the miss on that punt definitely cost them a good amount of yards.
Spectacular work by the Mustang special teams there. Great punt, great tackle.
That's another good play by the special teams by Plum. That's going to come down to Plum's defense to see if they can hold them. Did the Plum Mustangs call a timeout?
I'm honestly
I think
not
so.
sure.
I was unsure.
It's either Plum or McKeesport.
.10 left now in the 3rd quarter. 55-27. McKeesport on their own 10-yard line. Interesting to see if the Plum Mustangs can get another sack and get a safety and see if they can get the ball back.
That would be great for them.
Plum Mustangs, they run the ball up with number 2 again, Devar Robinson, and he might have gained 2 yards there. Making it 2nd and 8.
That was great play recognition by Plum. I think they're figuring out the type of offense McKeesport brings.
Holding.
Flag on the play.
Holding on McKeesport, and it's going to push him back. Is it a 5-yard penalty?
Yes.
Or is it a 10-yard penalty? It's a 10-yard penalty. They're going to be on their own 3-yard line.
It is a 5-yard penalty.
It's going to put them at like the 6-yard line. So this is going to be a first
They're
down.
on their
It's going to be 1st and 15.
7-yard line.
They got 4 out wide for McKeesport. Peels out wide. Devar Robinson, and he might.
He's going to get to about the 9-yard line on that carry.
It looks like Reed and Jada brought him down there.
Jaden Nichols getting that tackle there. And Reed Martin getting that tackle as well. Well, 2nd down now for Plum. If you hold them, get the ball back with. You might get the ball back in the 4th quarter now with only 1 minute left. 1 out wide for McKeesport. He peels out wide. He looks deep.
Gonna look to number, and it's gonna be
Sluka stops the ball from being completed by. I couldn't see who that number was. I couldn't tell if that was Devontae Diggs or not.
that throw was just not long enough.
Yeah, it looks like. Tell me if I'm wrong, Jake or Garrett, but it doesn't look like Devar Robinson doesn't have a big arm than we thought. It looks he reminds me of a quarterback that runs the ball a lot and finds those pockets, like Lamar Jackson, like Garrett's saying.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Plum secondary still has been playing really well against them.
The flick to number 4 from McKeesport, and he gets tackled by the first down marker. That's going to make it 4th and 10.
Vernon Andrews.
Actually, you know what? Lamar Jackson has shown some big arm plays these past 2 weeks. I'd compare Davari Robinson more to Taysom Hill, who's specifically a running back.
Yeah, but he plays all the positions. He plays anywhere in the field now.
I mean, Lamar Jackson's going to be put to his test against Mahomes and the Chiefs. They're 2 of the top 2 fantasy quarterbacks right now.
Oh, that is going to be the best game of the week. I have my hopes up for that.
Looks like we have an injured Plum Mustang on the ground. Looks like he's getting stretched right now. Can't tell from the number or from where he is.
We have 22.9 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. McKeesport 55 and your Plum Mustangs 27.
Well, Plum's going to be getting the ball back as we see their punter getting ready to kick. I can't tell the number. You know who this quarterback reminds me of? I
Who?
feel like he reminds me of like a Kyler Murray kind of guy.
Yeah. I can see it.
Yeah.
Well, last year Lamar Jackson ran the ball a bunch. He's only had 2 good games, Garrett, you know.
That was number
I feel
7, Max Matulski, on the ground, getting stretched by the trainer. Looks to getting up well and walking fine on his own.
Yeah, it's great to see one of our captains is okay and unharmed on that.
He might have just had some cramps in his leg. He was
Yeah.
getting stretched by the 2 trainers
Yeah.
there.
The punt is up and away.
That's a good 50-yard punt. And Reed's going to put a move on a man. Going to run up there. Oh, wow. Just bringing his way up there and finally brought down. Great return by Reed Martin.
They show a lot of power on that return. He almost ran someone over.
Oh, yeah.
The Mustang special teams coming in handy there again. Pulling him up to McKeesport 37-yard line. Jake Miller waiting for the snap. 4 out wide. Runs the ball to Billy Guzzi out wide.
Billy Guzzi has
cuts
some
in
speed.
twice.
He's going to get
Cuts
past
in,
him, man.
and he's going to go to about
The 22?
McKeesport
21 maybe.
21-yard line.
Yeah.
Good run, and that's going to end the 3rd quarter. Your score being 55 McKeesport, 27 your Plum Mustangs. And now we enter the 4th quarter where wins become losses and losses become wins.
That is true.
Couldn't have put it better myself.
Yeah.
Zach, what do you do? What's your offensive plan of attack here if you're the Mustangs? Not specifically here, but
Personally, the Plum Mustangs have played a very well game. Even though the scoreboard doesn't show it, overall as a team, them putting up 4 touchdowns is pretty impressive.
Yeah, this.
Compared to the NFL, that's good if you put up 4 touchdowns. But McKeesport with their offense is just very good. But now I'm trying to see what the Plum Mustangs can do depth-wise, what they can handle, and what they can hold for their next opponent, which I'm unsure of who they play next week.
I believe it is
Penn Trafford, I think.
Penn Trafford.
That will be our homecoming game.
Yeah,
Yes?
I think so.
If I was the Plum Mustangs, I'd be looking for Saluka or Brooks if we're throwing the ball. And if we're running the ball, see if Guzzi can find an open path and take it to touchdown.
Miller
Miller throws it.
throws it. Gonna go for just out of the hands of Nick Sluka there.
All all of our wide receivers have played pretty well this game. We had Logan Brooks receiving, getting that, I think it's a punt return for a touchdown. We
Yeah, that
have
was Logan Brooks.
Nick Sluka coming up with big 50-yard catches and getting his
Saluka
slam
did have that
passes.
one good touchdown run.
And we also have Max Mitulski getting some depth on the field as well. Even though he came off with cramps, he still has played a really good game. Low snap for Jake Miller. Passes the ball to not Nick Sluka, Logan Brooks as he peels out, cuts in, and he scores.
Scored. Is that Logan Brooks?
Yeah, Logan Brooks with his second touchdown today.
Logan Brooks is having a great season.
Yeah, he's putting on some nice cuts, making so many people miss. It's so much fun to watch. We're going to see him for 2 more years. It's going to be really exciting.
He's going to be great when he becomes a senior.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he's had a great season, especially these last 2 games.
He has played a really well game.
Really helped be part of the double-headed monster we saw last week against Connellsville of him and Sluka.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a big play every time the ball was thrown to them.
PAT
is up
pending.
And
good.
Good.
That makes it 55-34. Plum Mustangs trailing by 21 with 11:47 left in the 4th quarter. And it's interesting now to see what the Plum Mustangs will do if they could get a turnover or 2 against McKeesport, and if they get that, they finish on their chances and they score. This is a 1-possession game.
yes.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do.
But it's not impossible.
Yeah.
So both McKeesport and Plum's special teams are out. Tyler Kolonkowski looking to punt this one back.
Oh, wow.
And that's going to be a powerful punt. Great punt.
Oh, right to the
Wow.
3-yard line.
It rolls
Yes.
out. That was a near
great
perfect
punt. We could have had some people run up and touch that ball before it rolls out. That would have been great yardage.
Yeah, but unlucky for the Plum Mustangs. That's good. Where does that put them at? Does that automatically put them at the 25?
It definitely gives
30.
it definitely gives McKeesport a better field position than a normal touchback.
There's a flag on Plum, and that pushes them up to the 35-yard line instead of the 25. And it's interesting now to see what Plum will do. As we still see Devontae Diggs in this game, and we see number 9 from McKeesport, which is Terrence Glenn.
Gonna run the ball. Oh,
He
pitch
flicks
out.
it to number 5. He gets out
He's going.
wide.
He's going. Max is gonna try to catch him
Yeah.
and get the tackle.
Max gets a tackle there.
Finally.
Max is having a good year in tackling, sort of call.
Yeah, I think defensively, I think Max has done better than offensively.
Yes.
I really like Max.
He has good speed. That
Yeah.
if they get by one of the guys, Max is right behind him trying to catch him.
I like him on the defensive side more than the offensive side, personally.
Yeah, it can definitely go from one side of the field to the other and real fast. Can get any guy.
As we see Devari Robinson getting ready. Takes up number 3, takes up the middle for McKeesport, which is Tyron Adams. This time slowly goes off the clock. With 10:50 left now.
This is where the clock becomes your enemy.
Timeout, McKeesport.
That stops the clock at 10:45 left with 55-34 in Keysport. The Mustangs putting up 5 touchdowns now. Pretty impressive. Almost just. Garrett, do you remember the score of the game last week? What was the final score?
Ooh, I do not remember the exact score.
Yeah,
The Plum game?
I believe
Plum.
Plum kind of put up more than 40, I believe. I don't know the exact
Yeah, I
number, but
believe that's right.
It might have been 49.
We did mercy rule Connellsville, so we had to put up more than 35.
I think it might have been 49 something. But the Plum Mustangs putting up
It
7
was
touchdowns.
49 to 14.
49-14. That means the Plum Mustangs put up 7 touchdowns against Connellsville, and right now they already have 5. And plenty of time left with 10 minutes left. Flag on the field. False start, it looks like. False start offense. That's going to push them back 5 yards. And repeats. Is it second down?
yes. So it'll be second down, I believe, 7.
2nd and 7 now.
Sorry to get off topic, but who is the soccer team playing tomorrow?
We play Greater Latrobe tomorrow. And the cycle starts over. Greater Latrobe was our first game, and we'll play them again. Now we just play everyone at the opposite direction.
How do you feel about that game, Zach?
Ready for the game.
How is Greater Latrobe doing this year?
They're doing okay.
You think you're going to win tomorrow?
Yeah,
That's good to hear.
yeah.
What time's the game at?
12 o'clock.
Plum was all over that carry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Plum and McKeesport both in their huddle. Like the ball, it's going to be a quick handoff to Robinson. And Robinson was taken down by number 4.
And you can see that was another carry by Robinson, the quarterback. They love to utilize him as more than just a quarterback.
Ah, flags.
Flag.
As soon as that play starts.
Is that going to be offsides or a false start?
I believe a false start on McKeesport.
That's going to bring them back here.
Seems like McKeesport had a lot of false start calls held against them.
It's going to bring them back to Plum's 35-yard line, sorry.
That is going to put us at 4th and 7.
Is McKeesport is going to go for it.
It's a gutsy call.
This isn't the first time this game they've gone for it, though.
Yeah. Pitch out.
And that's going to be
And
Robinson.
it's going to
Oh,
Robinson. And
That's
a
gonna
great
be-
tackle by
Yep,
Max
flags
Matulsi, but
down
it's going to
for-
be a flag.
for a horse collar tackle.
Yes.
It's the only way he could have stopped him there, though.
That is the second penalty that Max has had.
Yeah, I believe they did that earlier in this game. I
Yes.
mean, you could do anything you can to prevent a touchdown, even
Yes.
if it causes a penalty. You know,
Yeah.
that's a good penalty to have.
Yeah, you can't do anything. That's like compared to soccer. It's like tackling someone before they get into the 18-yard line, so you stop a goal from happening. But Max had to do that. Even though you get the flag, it stops them from scoring again.
But you do not want to trip the guy inside the 18-yard line.
Yeah. And now we see Max in the same thing, similar, but him pulling him down before he scores. As we see one in the backfield for McKeesport. And
And he's
gonna
going to
bring
pitch
that-
it out.
oh,
And
flicks it, though.
that was a great play.
We've seen a couple of those tonight.
Yes.
Just gets it to Dudley Edward. Excuse me,
Edward.
Edward Dudley.
Edward Dudley. You did the same thing I did.
Yeah, it's mixed up on the
Get last name first.
on the
name.
roster, so they right now have it last name, first name, so we have to change it back to first name, last name.
And we have an injured Plum Mustang. We have number 56 injured for.
That's
Plum.
Kohler.
Yeah, that's Brandon.
Yeah.
Looks like he said he pointed at his hamstring or quad there. He's stretching now, trying to get up.
Don't like to have our captains hurt.
Yeah, but McKeesport scoring now. That makes it 61-34 with 8:12 left. Depending PAT coming in hand by number 41, Anthony.
Looks like Kohler is off the field and is feeling. Oh, no, he's still on. I think it's his left foot that is hurting. He is running off the field at his own pace. So hopefully he is okay. I would not like to see one of our captains
Getting hurt again, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like he wants to get in though. He's just stretching
Yeah.
now.
I think it might be his left calf.
Another kicker, Anthony Beatco. Is going to
PAT
go for
is up.
62.
And almost blocked. Was that tipped?
That's still good, but
Yeah.
it looked like someone got a hand on it.
I think that was.
There's a line drive right below the bottom of the field.
Oh, yeah.
post there.
Yeah. So
That
I
makes
think
it-
that was Matulsi again trying to block that punt. Or the PAT, sorry.
Yeah, Plum's doing a real good job of pressuring the kicker too, because
Yeah.
he's been having a lot of problems. Most of his kicks haven't been a normal PAT. They've been pretty low, so they've been doing a good job
Getting
kind of
tipped-
just,
tipped
yeah.
Or the punter is getting scared.
Yeah, definitely making him like think.
So does that make it? I'm trying to think to myself. That means McKeesport has put 8 touchdowns. I can't do math.
9.
9.
Yeah, 9.
Yes.
9.
Thank you, Jake.
No problem.
9 times 7.
So
63,
kick is
they
out.
missed one,
It's
yeah.
going to
They
be
missed an extra point. All right,
returned
looks like
by
Reed.
Reed
Reed
Martin.
Martin coming out wide.
He is coming out wide.
Get to the 30-yard line.
35.
35.
So we have 8:03 left in the fourth quarter.
8 is, yeah.
McKeesport 62, your Plum Mustangs 34. First down on Plum Mustangs 35-yard line after that great run by Reed Martin.
Looks like Miller will be in the shotgun with another running back right next to him.
Is that Guzzy?
Yeah,
Yes, Guzzy is
Guzzy.
right next to him.
Jake pulls
Jake's-
out. Stays.
Jake's gonna see him.
Oh,
Oh,
Max
and
with
Max
the
Gonna
head.
stick
Matulski
to his
got-
hands there.
That is a
Gonna
good
get
throw.
past a few defenders.
Max
He's
Matulski
still up.
break a tackle,
and now
and
he's down.
he's going to go to about the
41-yard line.
41, yeah.
Enters McKeesport territory with
That was a
7:50
great
left.
throw by Miller and intended for Matulsi.
Yeah, I really like Miller's game so far. He's been
Yeah,
he's been making a lot of the right passes.
He's been throwing some smart plays.
And that is just the way to describe the offense of the Mustangs tonight. It's been pretty smart.
Yeah, I really like the play calling. It's keeping McKeesport's defense on their shoes.
Jake Miller back, and he's going to get sacked
Ooh,
Well, that could've been
to
a
about
flag
the
there.
50.
yeah, that could have been unnecessary. Roughing.
Yeah.
52 there with a sack. Garrett, who is that?
Number 52. That is Sahir Jones, the big man.
McKeesport has had a lot of unnecessary plays after the whistle.
Yeah, it's one of the few things the refs haven't called this game.
Yes, refs have been calling a good game.
Logan Brooks out wide to the left with Max and Luca. Reed Martin gets the ball with the end around. And
Ooh.
Reed gets tossed
There you go.
behind. There's a flag on the play.
That
there
was
it is.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terrence Glenn's going to bring him down there, but he's flagged.
It's going to be most likely going to be on McKeesport with that tackle.
Personal foul, face mask.
Yeah, it's a face mask.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
You had her.
9, 10.
It's a really good play by the defense, but you know that it's going to bring him up 15 yards.
Yeah. So great field position for Jake Miller to see if he can throw a good pass to one of the wide receivers. And
I think it's 2nd and 5. Oh,
he caught
flag. They got him
they
again.
got him.
That's number 6. That's Devontae Diggs. They got him.
Yeah.
And that should get them the first down.
Yeah. So it's going to be 1st and 10.
Hopefully. Ooh. No, they didn't give it to him.
2nd down.
It's going to be 2nd and inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, Plum's been doing a great job drawing McKeesport off sides.
Yeah, it's probably the 2nd or 3rd time they've done that this game.
Billy Guzzi.
Billy Guzzi
Billy gets
finds
a hole,
and he runs through it.
Yeah, he is in for that touchdown. Great play by the
Now it
entire
is
offense, especially Billy.
62 to 40.
Billy Guzzi coming in with the hole, and that's going to make it a 3-possession game for the Plum Mustangs. PAT depending on Tyler Kulinkowski now.
Yeah, the Plum Mustangs, they've been having a good game finding the open holes and taking advantage of it and running through and getting the touchdown.
Yeah, it's been an offense that was really fun to watch.
Now we're back to that 3-possession game now.
PAT is up, and it's blocked.
Just unlucky
I think
there.
that was blocked by DeMonte Diggs.
Well, that is going to put our score at 62 to 40 with 5 minutes and 55 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
The Mustangs now, that's going to be their 6th touchdown. They almost put up on the same amount of points like they did against Connersville, just missing those
5
2
minutes,
PATs.
55 seconds left
Plum
in the
Mustangs,
4th
They
quarter.
might still get the ball back again.
Yeah.
They might put up 7 touchdowns again against, like they did against Connersville. Just only difference is McKeesport put up more numbers than Plum this game, which is just unlucky with how good their offense is.
Yeah, I know, because this amount of points is easily enough to win a game by a lot even, you know.
This might be a world record, not gonna lie. This
So
game just went back and forth.
Your score, McKeesport 62, your Plum Mustangs 40. 5 minutes, 55 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Tyler Kulinkowski tries an onside kick, and Plum recovers the onside kick. Great onside kick by Tyler Kulinkowski.
And then the Mustangs are showing their special teams skills
Yes.
again.
That is that was great. Max Matosi recovered that one, and Plum Mustangs got the ball back.
But that brings this offense back on the field again.
I just noticed something. The
What'd you
combined
notice,
score of
Garrett?
this game is 102.
That's what I'm saying,
That-
Garrett.
No,
That-
wait.
The world record.
No, wait. That is the total amount of points that the Dolphins have let up in their past 2 NFL games.
That is a great observation, Garrett.
The game's not over yet. They might score here.
Yes.
You're right. For now.
Jake Miller snaps the ball, pulls out,
Jake Miller
throws.
throws a big ball. Oh, and it's passed.
Oh, off to Reed.
Go, Reed.
Mr. Versatile.
Reed got stopped at the 20-yard line of McKeesport.
Great pass, great throw, great cuts. That's just a perfect play right there.
Reed Martin, that's another big play, and that's going to put him all the way up to the 20-yard line, entering the red zone with 5:35 left.
Thick and rich.
And they score here. They're only going to be down by 2 touchdowns with under 5 left. Gets interesting now.
Unless Plum goes for 2.
Yeah, 4 out wide for the Plum Mustangs. Jake Miller cuts the ball.
Jake
Looks
Miller
for the pass.
goes
Looking,
deep.
looking. Throws.
Finds Max
South to
Max.
Max. He's going to
And
fight his way
outside.
out.
He's going to go out of bounds.
Seems like
About the 7-yard line, he went out of bounds.
seems like anytime Miller can't find someone open, Max is always open. He's like Mr. Reliable almost.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Max has had a lot of tackles today, a lot of yardage, and a lot of great runs.
This game gets interesting at Plum scores here now. All the way down to their 5-yard line now.
Yeah.
This has taken 2 plays, and this has taken 30 seconds.
Yeah, you could hear the band playing Lowrider earlier, which is one of the pump-up songs from the Mustangs, and they always seem to play better when they hear it.
Peels out wide. Jake Miller getting
Jake
ready.
Miller gets sacked.
He
Oh,
gets
taken
sacked
bound by 2 guys.
all the way back, not that far, to the,
About 13.
depends on where they mark him.
And that was Terrence Glennon. Who was the other tackler?
Couldn't tell who. I couldn't tell. Pledge Plum Mustangs on the 14-yard line now. Big down coming up, 2nd and 14 it looks like. 2nd and goal.
Mustangs in the huddle.
Needing a touchdown now. 4 out wide. Billy Guzzi next to Jake Miller.
And Saluka next to Reed Martin. Throw it.
Oh,
and it's
Fumbles
a
the
fumble.
ball. Jake
but
Miller.
he's going to fall on it.
Great recovery
Recovery.
by Jake Miller.
Yeah.
Take him back all the way to the 25.
It's kind of tough.
McKeesport.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough because McKeesport's defensive line's really showing their strength these couple plays.
It's a loss of 10 yards there.
Jacob really saved a disaster.
Yeah, the last 2 plays. 3rd and 25 now. Clock's still chopping off time now. Plum needing a score now, down by 22.
Yeah, with 3:45 and counting left in the clock.
Jake just needs to get this ball and throw it to one of our
Low
receivers.
snap. Jake Miller throws the ball.
Oh, is that dropped? Yeah, that's dropped.
Couldn't pull it in there.
Incomplete to Max. Just a little low.
Max Matulsi intended for that.
Interesting to see what they do now on a 4th and 25 with 3:32 left, down by 22. Do you pull in Tyler to get the points in for the long field goal, which would be what? A 42-yarder, which is the max. I saw Tyler practicing 35 yards.
Yeah.
Looks like the offense staying on the field though.
Yeah, they got to score here. That's the thing. They got to throw deep. Be aware if you see McKeesport blitzing here. Put pressure under Jake Miller, the sophomore.
Yeah, they're going to try to sack him, but see if Jake Miller can. Oh, a low snap. And they're going to sack
Oh,
him.
man. Oh, that was tough.
That should be a flag there.
That should be and Jake Miller is down.
Yeah. Yeah, I took 2 big hits there.
That was.
Yep.
We got them angry.
He gets back up by himself, and yeah.
So glad Jake
Really
Miller
tough.
is not hurt on that play.
Yeah, he showed his toughness there. He took 2 big hits and got right back up.
There could have been a flag there. That was, again, he was just sitting there. He was waiting for the flag. Plum Mustangs could have 2 flags when Jake Miller's been sacked.
Yes.
It's going to be first down from McKeesport now. With 3:28 left, down by 22, Plum Mustangs. And we will still see Devontae Diggs in the game. Up by 3 scores. It looks like they just want to hammer Plum still, even though they're still winning by 20-something. 22.
Robinson's. Oh, you could hear a big crack of the helmets down there.
Keeps the ball and he gets a gain of 1 or 2 yards there.
Brought down by Sunday and McCoy.
Preston Sunday with the tackle. Jake, I haven't heard from you from a while. If you're the McKeesport Tigers, what do you do to seal this game, to put that final nail in the coffin here?
I say keep pounding the rock. That's been their strength all game. You know, just keep running the ball, maybe find some big holes, get through, and I would say they would try to put it away doing that because they haven't been getting much luck in the air.
Yeah, McKeesport just needs to run the ball and melt the clock down.
Gateway's just gonna, they're gonna milk the clock. Now, is it second down now? Second down, right? Second down.
It's second and 6.
Second down now. Probably just gonna run the ball up the middle. If they get a first down, that might end the game, and they'll just nail it the last 2 plays of the game.
Yeah, even though this game hasn't gone the way Plum wanted it to, there's still a lot of bright spots to take with them this game.
2:08 left in the 4th quarter.
Ooh.
Oh, flag.
False start offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat, second down. Should be a referee.
Yeah, that was a great call.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right on top of it.
Didn't know who the number was though. And now just under 2 minutes left. It's going to be 2nd and 11. Plum hold them here. If they want to, they can call timeout, try to get the ball back and score another touchdown. But they just might let it go now. As Plum stacks the middle. He peels out. Oh, he looks deep.
That's a deep. Oh,
He's
almost picked off.
That looks like it's Reed Martin almost with another interception versus DeMonte Diggs. And if you saw last year's games, DeMonte Diggs tore it up on offense last year when we played them at in McKeesport.
Yes.
This game he's been shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reed's been holding him every time. You know, he hasn't been able to gain anything. It's been really cool.
And like we said, DeMonte Diggs has a big future ahead of him. And the way we're stopping him on defense is really good.
Yeah, I believe he's getting offers from like Akron and like Ball State and a bunch of other schools.
Yes.
And even Billy was
returning
covering
Reed
him.
Martin going. Reed Martin going.
Oh, lowers the head and it takes
goes
Robinson
He
with
goes
him.
up to the 30-yard line now with 1:20 left. We might see Plum trying to score here, even though they're down by 3 possessions with 1:20 left. Shorten the lead so it doesn't look that bad, even though they played an amazing game this game. But one thing I do want to point out is that their quarterback, what's his name, Garrett?
Davari Robinson.
He does. I'm not trying to hate, but I don't think he has that big arm than we think. Like,
No,
that's
but
a lot of times he's underthrown Devontae Diggs, and
He's,
it could have been intercepted like 3 times by now.
He's just been running the ball and he's gotten touchdowns off of it.
Yeah,
So it must have been working.
yeah, if that's their style and it works, then you know you play like that.
Jake Miller getting pressured. He peels out wide with some speed and gets maybe a couple yards of gain. Goes out, and that's going to stop the clock with 1:14 left.
Tyron Adams-Wagner pushes him out of bounds in that play.
But I don't think he has an arm than we think. He underthrew Diggs a bunch of times, and we saw Billy Guzzi, Reed Martin, both. We saw Reed get the one down at the 10-yard line, one-on-one matchup, and it was underthrown, and that's why it was picked off.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he hasn't shown the type of like way you want to see from a quarterback kind of throwing the ball around.
Yeah, but you know, maybe some blame could be put on Diggs for not playing the ball so the defender can't get it.
That's true, and plus they run the option really well. So I mean, it's kind of how they play football.
Yeah, that's what I said, Jake. I totally agree with you. You know, even if he doesn't have a big arm, if he can run for all these touchdowns, if he's fast and it works for your offense,
Might as well just keep using it.
Just roll with it.
Yeah, like I said earlier, it's definitely like the Army's kind of style. I think like last year they only threw for like 6 touchdowns. They've had like 2 like 1,000-yard rushers and stuff. I think that's how they play.
Does anyone know what McKeesport's record is this year?
I am not aware of that. But they are one of the better teams in this conference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're ahead of Plum, but I think they're only ahead of them by 1 seed, which this is a big game as we see, being final total point score of 102. but it's still, this was a tough game for them to lose, but it's still a good thing that you can learn from with the positives and negatives.
Yeah, with 1 minute and 12 seconds and counting.
Jake Miller catches it.
So
thrown
is that
to
Brooks?
Logan Brooks.
Breaks the
He's
tackle.
still going.
He's still going, and he stopped about the 8 or 9 yard line of
Yeah.
McKeesport.
Give him the 8.5 yard line with 1:05 left, and it looks like, did Plum call timeout? No, the clock still goes.
So we have 1 minute left in the fourth quarter. McKeesport 62 and your Plum Mustangs 40.
We see 4 out wide for Plum, Max at the tight end, 3 wide receivers. Rain to Billy Guzzi for a loss of 1 or 2 yards there.
If I was Plum, I'd call a timeout if they
Yeah.
even have any more timeouts.
They gotta go know how to. Oh wait.
They're having
there's
number 53 fall
yeah.
onto the ground to act as a.
53. He might just.
I think he fell on the ground just to act.
He might be.
He
hurt.
might be actually hurt.
Cramps.
Yeah.
Number 53. Who is that? Garrett?
Those could come upon you anytime.
Who is that? Garrett. Number 53.
Number 53. You saw him earlier. That's Cottrell Leggett.
Was he hurt before?
No,
No.
we saw him in a few plays
Yeah.
before.
He had a couple good plays.
Yeah, I
Good
think
tackles.
if you're Plum right here, you just want to get a touchdown right here just to seal off the game, you know,
Yeah.
and take the offense moving forward.
Clock was 34 seconds. Jake's gonna step back, and
Looks for the throw.
it's gonna be incomplete. Stops the clock.
That brings us to 2nd and 10.
Yeah.
Intended to Reed Martin there. That would have been his 3rd touchdown of the game, I think.
Yeah.
And that makes it 3rd and 10. Plum Mustangs still getting 2 downs. Depends. Do the Plum Mustangs have a timeout left? Is the question we should ask.
I am not sure.
If they do, they can run a little sweep or end around or a slant pass into the middle of the field, call timeout with like 10 seconds left, and then get the last touchdown.
Or get a good pass and run out of bounds.
Jake Miller peels out.
Jake Miller's gonna get
Tries running
sacked.
it, and he gets
Oh,
sacked.
that is
gosh.
unacceptable.
Yeah, and he
Come
taunts Miller too.
Yeah.
Now they
there
throw
we
the
go.
flag.
Unsportsmanlike conduct
There
on
we
that
go.
one.
About
He-
time one of those got called.
Yeah, you can't be doing that. That definitely costs your team. It's just so unsportsmanlike.
They've been doing that multiple times this game, and I think this is like one of the first times they've called it.
Yeah, that is unacceptable by Cavante Simpson.
And as he comes off the field and they put in their replacement number 55. Garrett, who's number 55?
Number 55
he
is
just-
Tyre Demery.
He just replaced number 50, and it looks like he's done for the day. And that should give penalty on McKeesport, as we know. Looks like they're going to repeat 3rd down.
So let's see if this will be the last play of the game, or will we see another one?
Mustangs did call timeout as they huddle up. Interesting to see what they'll do now. It's a 1st and goal at the 9-yard line now. So that might have been the Plum Mustangs last time out.
Yeah, I agree.
And now they might be able to get 2 plays in.
Let's hope. Quick snap, throw it. One guy runs out of bounds. That stops the clock. Then we got another play. Hopefully they'll return to a touchdown.
Score here. They're only going to be down by 2 possession game with 20 seconds left.
Come on, let's see if Jake Miller can throw it into the touchdown.
Jake Miller peels out wide.
Jake
Looks
Miller's
like he's
gonna
run
run.
it.
And he's gonna be stopped.
Oh, man.
And
It's so close.
They're going to keep him on the ground, so
it's gonna be, time's
Timeout.
gonna stop.
clock stopped at 9.9 seconds left. They
So-
might have called timeout. I don't know. because the clock did stop. That's going to make it,
I think,
is that second down? Or was that?
no.
No, that was second down. No, that was first down because of the flag.
Um,
Oh, wait.
Looks like
they took Miller out of the game, it looks like.
Yeah.
Unless that was the fourth down.
Yeah, I think that was the
That was
fourth down.
fourth down.
Oh,
They
yeah.
went for it on fourth down.
Yeah.
The penalty wasn't on them.
Is that a fourth down? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like McKeesport's coming in with their winning
McKeesport
formation.
looks like they're just going to kneel the ball, and that's going to secure the game.
So that flag was not a personal foul.
And the clock is going to wind out here in the fourth quarter, and we are going to have the end of the game with the final score being McKeesport Tigers 62, Plum Mustangs 40.
All right, so Garrett, we'll go to you first. What's your opinion on this game, and what do you look for? We'll see.
Well, first of all, I think the Mustangs offense played fantastic tonight. They played smart, and they were just great. The defense gave up a lot of points, but to say that they played bad would be just wrong because they had a lot of great plays. They had an interception, they had a sack. You know, they had a couple of big plays themselves. And, you know, McKeesport was just, they were just playing better than us today, unfortunately. And we came out with a loss. But, you know, this is good for us. We did pretty great against such a good team. And that's my thoughts so far. What about you, Jake?
No, I kind of agree with you there. Plum played a real great offense. You know, the receivers looked really good. Miller looked really good too, and they clicked on all cylinders. And I don't think the defense did bad either. I mean, they played really well against the pass, and I'm sure this isn't the first time that McKeesport was successful on the run because they're pretty fluent in that area. So there's a lot of good to take out of this game in next games moving forward.
What about you, Zach?
Well, there's always pros and cons in this game. One pro is that the Plum Mustangs put up 40 points, which I think might have been their second best score this season. But yeah, there's things to work on, like giving up those 62 points, which is unlucky, but I'm not saying they played bad, but they did play well. But one thing to say is they played well this game. And you had the special teams getting some onside kick, just unlucky getting those 2 PATs not finished, and having the offense score major touchdowns that you can look forward to see when they play PT next week. What about you, Tommy?
Well, I think the Plum Mustangs, they had a great game today. So they found all the gaps, got all the touchdowns they could, and unfortunately McKeesport got on top of this win. And, you know, what do you think about this, Mr. Broad?
Well, you know, I never thought I would see a game where there was 102 points scored in it. So that's first and foremost. And if I would have said to any of you, hey, there's going to be 102 points scored tonight, even though we're all Mustang fans, I think we probably would have said McKeesport would have scored probably 90. But Plum kind of hung in with them after they adjusted at halftime. And, you know, it would be interesting to see if we played a fifth quarter, because I think McKeesport was gassed. But you don't play a fifth quarter unless it's overtime. So kudos to Plum. I'm curious now, you know, the schedule, every time Plum has a big heavyweight, it seems like they come off a loss. Gateway, you know, we hit Gateway when they lost to Penn Trafford. We hit McKeesport, they lost to Penn Trafford. Trafford's getting bounced tonight, 35-21. By a big powerhouse school. So that's kind of, that's a little depressing. But they're without their 2 top running backs. So it will be interesting to see if the Mustangs offense shows up next week and they move the ball. So it was a real good game for the Mustangs. Miller played well. Logan Brooks played well. They tightened up things on defense. It'll be interesting after the Penn Trafford game when you have that Weir team from West Virginia come up, and then Latrobe essentially for the 5th and final playoff spot at Latrobe. And then after that, you hit, you know, heavyweight in Bell Vernon and then Hempfield. So the rest of the schedule after next week kind of lightens up a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see. But do you guys have anything else to add?
I've said all I need to.
No, it was just a great game by Plum. And, yeah.
Well, that's all we have here, and I hate to say the score again, but 62 to 40, which is insane. The McKeesport Tigers defeat our Plum Mustangs. So hopefully we'll see you out. It's Hall of Fame night and homecoming night at Penn Trafford next week. I believe it's a 7:30 kickoff. We'll have to get some verification on that, but that's all we have here. Good night, everybody.